I hate the Chargers. I hate the Broncos. I mean, I hate the Chargers with a passion. I mean,
we know why he hates the Chargers.
Yeah. That
Darren
bastard,
Sproles.
Darren Sproles. Yeah, I said it. I hate him too, man. But, he's on my fantasy team, so, man, I wish you best of luck. But also the same thing. The Denver Broncos, I'm sorry, are still the luckiest undefeated team that I've seen this season. I mean, are you kidding me? How is this team still undefeated?
Okay, so if they win this game,
will I jump on the bandwagon? Hell no! No, I will never jump on this bandwagon because it's I mean, for one, I gotta give Josh McDaniels his credit. He did what he wanted with this team. For an offensive-minded coach to turn around and make one of the league's best defenses, probably the biggest surprise for me. But also, I mean, they are lucky. I mean, if it wasn't for Brandon Stokely grabbing that little tip pass in week 1, what are they now? They're 5-1 right now. So I mean, I can't say without a shadow of a doubt that this team isn't good, because I think they're good. But I'm not jumping on the bandwagon just yet, because I do believe they are the luckiest team. I mean, San Diego, not as good, so they win there, beat San Diego. And plus, it wasn't that big of an exciting game because it wasn't Jay Cutler leading the Broncos. I mean, everybody loves to see Jay Cutler versus Phillip Rivers. So, I mean, I would have loved to see that, and that would have made it a good game for me. But to see the Chargers lose really made my Monday night that much better.
So you're taking the Broncos then?
I'm taking the Broncos in this one.
What's the score?
27-21.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and take the Broncos as well. As we had already mentioned, that terrific defense, and I think it's attributed to Mike Nolan, who just came in as defensive coordinator, moved into a 3-4. Elvis Dumerville, as you had mentioned, playing the outside linebacker position is out of this world right now. But I think they're showing a nice balanced offense, controlling the ball offense with Kyle Orton making calculated decisions. So I see them winning this one too, 24-13.
Mike Nolan, why couldn't you bring that defense to San Francisco?
Hey, let's go ahead. Let's remember this, y'all. I mean, Josh McDaniels can make a decent quarterback look like a great quarterback.
But we're not.
Where he came from.
But readily, we're not going to put the great in front of Kyle Orton's name.
Just yet.
Just yet, yeah.
Just yet.
Great season.
Yeah,
great season so far.
So far, yeah.
I'm in line.
Like I said, the Baltimore Ravens, they've had, some tough games, tough luck games, I should say, the past few weeks. And, the Broncos, they've been doing their thing. So I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I will say that the Denver Broncos will take their first L of the season against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm sorry, Bulldog. I know you love your Broncos, but the Ravens will take them, and it will be a close game. And I'll say 28-27.
Okay.
Well, that is a close game.
That's very close.
Can't believe it.
And finally, the last matchup we're going to cover will be the Minnesota Vikings at the frozen tundra
of Lambeau Field.
That's right, the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay, they are number 3 in the NFL in total defense. They only gave up 271 yards, and then number 4 versus the pass. With only over this week 7, and they only gave up 174 yards. In Minnesota, they are number 10 versus the run, only giving up 95 yards. And then number 20 though, but they are number 20 against the pass.
Yes.
We're giving up 235 yards. Now, as you already know, they already met early in the season with the Vikings winning 30-23. Now, they have not allowed any sacks versus last week versus the Browns. Thank you, sir.
The Packers did.
And the Packers, that is. Hey, we have our mistakes too. The Packers, they did win 28-21. So now, what's so big about this game? Brett Favre coming back to Lambeau Field. All of those people wearing the cheese heads, they will be booing this man because going to your division rival is like taking taking the white glove and then punching him in the face. That's really what it's like. But like I said, But like I'm saying though, I feel that Green Bay and Minnesota are going to play this game out. And considering that, Green Bay has the favor this time around, I feel as if, Green Bay is going to win this game, by 2 touchdowns, 35-21.
2 touchdowns. That's a
That's-
big margin.
Wow.
Well, I think with the Vikings' recent struggles against the pass, I like to think that Aaron Rodgers, with that revamped offensive line, is going to be able to throw the ball all over the football field. But now, granted, Adrian Peterson will probably get some good yards as well. But I think it's going to be a little closer than 2 touchdowns. But I still see the Pack taking this down, 28-21.
Well, I mean, I was a huge Brett Favre fan when he was the Packers and stuff. But when he went to the Jets, I kind of started to hate him. But now that he went to the Minnesota Vikings, I mean, you heard me last week talking about this guy. Sometimes you got to give up the ball, and if I'm Brett Favre, I'm giving the ball up to Adrian Peterson this whole time. I mean, it's got to happen. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers going against each other in Green Bay. Granted, Brandon said they're going to be booing this man, which is true. This will be true. They will be booing hardcore. But don't forget, this game got moved for a reason, so this game can be shown on TV. They moved the game to 3:15 Central Standard Time, so I got to put that in there. But you know what, these guys, I mean, what you got to realize about this game, it's huge. It's huge headlines. It's huge, division-wise. Like, I mean, because they lose this game, and possibly you're talking about Green Bay catching up to this team. With 2 straight losses, like we said with the Giants, with 2 straight losses, this could go down as a critical part of the season for this team. And this is and with it being the midseason, it is, that stretch of games where you feel like you have to win, and you got to win it. So I'm playing a little bit more on Favre's side here. I got the Vikes winning this game because just like that game in Minnesota, Brett Favre has something to prove.
Yes, he does.
So I'll go ahead and give it to the Vikings. Same score, 30-23.
Okay. Well, I'm a wrestling fan. And when I look at Brett Favre during his interviews, you know who he reminds me of? Stone Cold Steve Austin. When he has his interviews. And I really believe that Brett Favre is going to open up a can this week. I think, one, they're going to ride Adrian Peterson. They're going to ride him all the way. I think he's going to at least get about 30. I'm giving him at least 30 carries. Well, at most 30 carries. I'll at least give him between 150 to 200 yards rushing. I really believe so. Percy Harvin, Florida Gator that is, he's doing mighty nice. He's stepping in. A lot of people didn't believe that he was going to be a good NFL player. They thought he was just a great college player, wasn't going to be able to make the transition.
But is that the benefit of having a good quarterback?
Yes, it is. I
Right.
believe so. Look, well, besides...
It wouldn't be this way if St. Rosenfeld and DeVar Jackson was starting, okay?
It's because of the quarterback. I believe so. Brett Favre is helping him out. I mean, he is a weapon on the returns game also, so that is a big thing you have to worry about. Big play. Sidney Rice is coming into his own.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Brett Favre is making the receivers pretty good.
Shanko and all.
Shago, all of them. Now, the defense, they have a good front seven. Secondary, we know, is pitiful. Packers have a great front seven. Great front seven. They have big names in the secondary, but sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. As far as offensive-wise, they have some weapons at offense. Last time they played the Vikings got a lot of pressure on Aaron Rodgers, and he did what he can. He had a good game, and he did throw 1 interception, 2 TDs, but he did what he can, so he did play a pretty good game. But I really feel that Brett Favre he's going to be pumped. He's going to be ready. I give it to the Vikings. I don't want to say running away with it, but I'm going to say it's going to look convincing. I give it to him 31-20.
All right, let's go into one more key matchup this week, and it's only key for 2 people. I mean, out of the 4 of us, it's only key for 2 people, and I've been talking trash since the schedule came out last year. So I got to give it to him. It's going to be my Indianapolis Colts, undefeated, I should say.